Do I have a claim if someone intentionally hurts me? That's a great question. The answer is you have a claim against them, but you may not have any insurance coverage or coverage from that. I'm Gary Berger from Berger Law. So basically, insurance covers negligence or accidental conduct that injures someone. But if someone intentionally injures someone, that is usually not covered. It's excluded from insurance coverage. We've gotten a bunch of calls lately about being shot in a car in a road rage thing, or other types of someone intentionally hitting someone with a car, those types of scenarios. If it turns out that the person who was the bad actor was acting intentionally instead of negligently, you're not going to have any insurance coverage, because insurance companies all exclude conduct intended from the standpoint of the person, of the tortfeasor, the person doing the action. So you're not going to have coverage, okay? And that means it's really hard to go after that person and collect against them. So most lawyers and almost no lawyers will take that type of a case, because you could do all that work and do all that, but you're not going to get a recovery. There are exceptions to the rule. For every rule, there's an exception, right? That's one of the reasons why we have lawyers. But so one of those things is, for instance, we've had many cases where if a criminal attack happens on a hotel property, happens at a gas station or a place, that landowner can be responsible, because if you're staying in a hotel, you're a guest there and they're responsible for your safety. So they have to have basic security measures to prevent people from coming in and injuring people or killing people or whatever that bad injury might be. We can think about how bad that could be. We don't need to get into that. But so a big restaurant chain, hotel chain, a person who has a shopping mall that has a lot of guests there, they have a duty to keep it safe for their patrons. Just like if I had someone at my house, I want it to be safe for them. So in those cases, you don't have a claim against the person doing the action, but you have a claim against the entity, the hotel or whatnot, that's responsible for the safety of its guests. Another example of that can be if the action, like a bouncer at a bar, we have a bunch of these cases, or sometimes an act that is intentional can also be negligent too. So that action can be imputed on the part of the person. And I'm getting the weeds a little bit, but remember, the driver who intentionally turns into an oncoming car and fails to yield the right of way, that's not an intentional act. That's still covered by insurance. They intentionally tried to turn, but their act was negligent. It was a misjudgment of the speed or distance, or they didn't yield the right-of-way appropriately. So I wanted to do a short video about intentional versus negligent acts, because it's very important. Because I have had great success in pursuing claims against hotels, or someone who loaded a load a wrong way, or other actions that might be intentional, but there's ways for us to find coverage and or layers of insurance coverage to make sure that our clients get full compensation for the injuries they sustained because of the bad actions of another. If you have any questions about this and trying to figure this out, because it's not a cookie cutter solution, there's gray areas. And so, but if you have any questions about that, we have areas about this on our website, bergerlaw.com. You can give us a call, fill out a contact form, get a hold of us. We're happy to answer your questions for free, to visit with you about intentional acts, or whether you have a claim if someone really intentionally hurt you. Thank you.